So that wasn't blindingly obvious. I fucking love Titanfall 2. It's been quite a while since I've played a game this good. Not since Doom have I played a game this good. Fuck. This great. This fucking incredible. It's been years. Maybe a whole console generation since I've played a campaign for a first-person shooter this good. It left me speechless. It literally, when it ended, I just was like my jaw was just open on the ground. I don't know where the fuck it went, but I just stared at the screen, and I just had to take a moment to let it all just, fucking sink in. Just, oh, okay, yeah, I just played that. That was incredible. I can't believe that actually happened. Just, oh my god, that was amazing. So now, I don't want you guys to get the idea that I was hyped for Titanfall 2, because I really wasn't. In fact, I was more or less like, or whatever. I wasn't like that, now infamous IGN quote from the first game, believe the hype for Titanfall, which, look how that turned out. But, yeah, I was more or less just very indifferent to a lot of Titanfall 2's marketing, aside from, maybe the initial E3 stuff, which I thought looked interesting. But, yeah, I didn't really have a lot of hope for this game. In fact, I don't even think EA had a lot of hope for this game, because they sent this motherfucker out to die. This is just, I don't know what the hell possessed them to release this alongside Battlefield 1. And between Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, like the two biggest first-person shooters of this holiday season, and this poor game gets sandwiched between the two. In fact, I've seen them already try to sell Titanfall 2 with Battlefield 1, like in a bundle. They're like, oh, you want Battlefield 1, but can you please try Titanfall 2? We promise it's good. Please try Titanfall 2. Please. We want money. We want the money because we're EA, please. But, yeah, it's sad. Why? Why do the good games get the treatment like this? This should have had a March release date. You should have pushed this shit out of 2016, polished it a bit more, maybe added a little bit more to the multiplayer, and bajam! You would have a spring 2017 fucking blockbuster on your hands. Because that's what Titanfall 2 is. It is a fucking blockbuster. You get all these fucking games come out that are more interested in teaching you how to play the multiplayer with their campaigns, and then they just thrive on the campaign and they just leave the story out to die. No! Titanfall 2 does the exact opposite. In fact, if they had released this as a new IP, I would not have even batted an eye. No one would have batted an eye. They would have said, wow, what a fantastic new IP from EA. And Respawn, they're back after the disappointing mediocrity that was Titanfall. They're back with a new mech franchise. But sadly, they had to put, the two things that are going to hold this game back as far as sales go are the fact that it's sandwiched in between Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty, which is a big thing, and the fact that it's called Titanfall, because Titanfall is a name that's associated with half-assery. And this game, this campaign, the multiplayer component, the last goddamn word I would use for this shit is half-assed. Half-assed, it's whole ass. It's like this thing's campaign has a big, beefy, meaty ass. It's got so much shit going on in here. I need to calm down, because I can't calm down, because this fucking game has gotten me pumped. And I don't usually get pumped on this channel. I like to say, relatively reserved and, give my opinion and all that shit. No! Not this time. I am fucking excited as fuck hyped for this campaign. This campaign is incredible. This campaign is everything I want from campaigns, not just first-person shooter campaigns, everything I want from campaigns. It's like Respawn read my mind and was like, hey, Razorblade Mango, would you like an engrossing, engaging story? Yeah, sure, what the fuck, why not? Great. Would you like characters that you actually give a shit about and have them actually talk and interact with each other and make jokes and have this central building relationship between rather, you know, not exactly nondescript, but relatively inconsequential human compared to the personality of the Titan? Would you like that? Sure, fuck it, why not? Great. Would you like villains that you absolutely just cannot stand because of how sadistic they are and how irritating they can be because of how cocky they are, and you just want to see them get mauled into paste, which you can do. This has some of the best boss battles I've seen in a long time in a first-person shooter, and there's a moment, I'll leave that moment at the end of the video, where I just clicked, like the game just clicked for me. Like, I had my Father Gascoigne moment with this game, you guys. I was like, holy fucking shit, this game is wonderful. Yeah, I loved it. I like when the scene came up that finally won me over at the end, I stood up, I fucking clapped, and I was like, God damn, Titanfall 2. God damn, Titanfall 2 is the shit. This is everything I want from a game. So, let's keep going. The music, fantastic, worthy of a really epic movie. The action scenes, my God, the action in this movie. This could be a movie. You know that term like cinematic that a lot of people like to use? No, that applies here. This rivals the very best movies I've seen, the very best blockbusters, because this game operates on such a large, intense scale that you're just like, my God, what? Wow, I cannot believe the PS4 can actually run this shit at 60 frames, and it looks so good, and it's beautiful, and it's like, oh my God, this, and it just doesn't stop. I was waiting for that level to finally just stop and be like, oh, here's where the momentum dies. Here's where we have a section that is so frustrating and shitty that it's gonna be a chore to get through. No, that never happens. Never, ever, ever happens in this game. Because the pacing is so good. It's like maybe like what I beat the campaign in 8 hours on normal. You know, like maybe you people out there that are like, oh, it's only 8 hours, really? It's an 8-hour campaign? Go to hell! It's a well-paced 8 hours. What would you rather have? A fucking piece of shit like Dying Light that is like 12 hours of bullshit? Or would you rather have 8 hours of the most delicious, wonderful missions you could possibly play in a first-person shooter? Missions that are so creative, sections that are so genius and inventive that you're just like, holy shit, I want to keep going. I beat this campaign in one day. I took little breaks here and there, but I was like, I gotta finish this. I gotta keep going. Because usually games that I play, I'm always like, yeah, maybe not. Maybe I don't want to keep playing this. But no, this game, I was like, I gotta keep going. I gotta see what they're gonna do next. And what they do next is so fucking badass. The finale of this game. The finale, when they have that one last stand moment where you're just running through the epic warfare around you, and your buddies are backing you up, and Titans are exploding left and right, and you're running, and you're just in the middle of all this chaos. It's so good. It's so incredible. This campaign, this fucking campaign is so good. Little details as well bring this to life. Like when you're out of the Titan and you're this like badass pilot, which the pilots in this game are like the master chiefs of this world, where everyone, when a pilot walks in the room, everyone's like, ooh, he's a pilot. He knows what he's doing. He's got his shit together. This guy's a badass. And when you walk in, man, the shit they allow you to do, even when you're outside of your Titan, you feel like a badass. You feel like the most powerful motherfucker in this entire galaxy. Like when you run up to people and like punch them in the face, they go flying. When you shoot them in the head, their helmets just pew, just burst off, and it's like this incredible display of power from not only like when you're inside that Titan, but when you're outside of it and you're just punching the fuck out of people left and right. And it's so good, just that little extra thing. That's, to me, that's my favorite little detail about this. When you punch somebody in the face, there's so much power in that. It feels so weighty and meaty when you punch somebody, their helmet just goes flying and there's just like burst of blood, and it's like, oh my god, this is so empowering. This power. It's so much fun. It's so much fun to use. What else is good about this? Oh, how could I forget? One of the most important things that I always say about games, not just first-person shooter, but games in general. If you're going to tell a story like this that has these, big epic set pieces, large-scale battles, bosses that you absolutely hate and want to see get crushed into paste, you gotta have that basic level emotional connection to what's going on. And Titanfall 2, I think, achieves that. I don't think it tells like the greatest story ever in a first-person shooter. It's not the greatest, but as far as emotional impact, yeah, it works. Because whenever I'm feeling like, like when you're seeing something really amazing and you get that warm, fuzzy feeling in your stomach, I got that multiple times during Titanfall 2. I was like, holy shit, this is doing everything I want in a first-person shooter. I feel things. I feel like I actually give a shit. There is that interpersonal, emotional through line that is pushing me to keep going throughout this game, because I want to see. I actually cared about my Titan. They put a huge emphasis on the bond between the Jack Cooper, who's the main character, and BT, your Titan. And you can actually, there's dialogue options. There's dialogue options in this game where you can actually talk to your Titan. He'll ask you questions. You can ask him questions. And depending on, what your response is, you actually might hurt your Titan's feelings. He might actually get hurt because of, you being like really curt or sarcastic. But if you like give him warm responses like I did, you actually start to feel that friendship grow between the two. And it's like, when danger happens to BT, you actually care. You care for this big hulking scrap of metal, and it's amazing. This game has more emotional connectivity in it than I've seen in countless first-person shooters. Like all the shit that Call of Duty has tried to do since Modern Warfare 3, or I'm sorry, Black Ops 2, or even Black Ops 2. No, like this, you can tell that this game, the way the story is written, is from the guys that did the first two Modern Warfare games. And I'm willing to bet that if this was the game that first came out, if this was labeled as Titanfall 1 and had that March release date back in 2014, shit, EA would have a fucking blockbuster new franchise. They'd be like, move over Battlefield, Titanfall is here. Move over Battlefront, Titanfall 2 is coming out. So, and it's sad. It makes me sad that this is going to be, they're already projecting this as like a flop, which is really, this should be the big seller. This shouldn't be the little palate cleanser between Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty. This should have its own respectable release date. In March 2017, after Horizon Zero Dawn has come out, after Resident Evil 7 has come out, after Kingdom Hearts has come out, after Persona 5 has come out, this should have been the one. This should have been the March thing. It's like, that is what we're going to do. Let's pull this out of October and add more to the multiplayer. Hell, let's add more to the single player. Why not? Add more shit to the finale. But they didn't. And they sent it out to die. And that makes me sad, because I really want this game to do well financially. I want people to buy this game. I've heard that microtransactions are going to come in for the multiplayer, which that already is like a sign that's like, EA's giving it that old treatment that they're doing. But just for this campaign, if it was longer and this didn't have a multiplayer component to it, this would be like my game of the year. Like, hands down, this would be one of the best. If the finale and the final boss were just a teensy weeny little bit more satisfying, a little bit better, and they cut out the multiplayer and they cut out all this other crap, and then they just made it all about the campaign and all about maybe some like extra side missions on the side. Game of the year. Easily game of the year. So, but as it stands right now, this is like, it's right now it's like neck and neck with Doom. And the timing on which they introduced the microtransactions in there, that's when it will affect whether it will be on, you know, my cream of the crop list at the end of the year. Because I've decided to have it where if it has microtransactions in it, I'm not going to mention it. So that will be a real shame if Titanfall 2 gets those microtransactions and they don't. And they have them, and then they go, oh, well, yeah, we have them. Sorry, they're disqualified. So, yeah. I love this game. I love it so much. And even if it doesn't make it on my cream of the crop list at the end of the year, please buy this game. I don't usually like to tell people, you know, where to spend their money and stuff like that, but please, if you care at all about good campaigns, great single-player campaigns and first-person shooters like this, particularly from one of the big boys like EA, you gotta show it support, because they're not gonna listen to the fans. They're not gonna listen to critics. They're gonna listen to the money, and if the money isn't there, then they're gonna label it a flop, and they're gonna put even less traction behind Titanfall 3, which I want a Titanfall 3. Respawn, make a Titanfall 3. Make it even better. Make it like this. Add more. I'd buy it in a heartbeat. I love it. So, here's hoping that this isn't a fluke, because I really want Titanfall 3 to be great. I'm really looking for, if Respawn is doing Titanfall 3, I am really looking forward to it. Really looking for it. Really excited. Also, they're doing a Star Wars game. If the writing is like this and the campaign is like this, holy shit! A third-person Star Wars game from these guys would be incredible. Just wow, the possibilities are endless for how good that could be. But anyway, yeah, I love Titanfall 2. I love it. If it wasn't for the stupid microtransactions, it would be my game of the year easily. But I guess for now I'll have to settle with, or Doom. Not settle. What the fuck? Doom is amazing as well. Doom is equally amazing. I'm sorry, Doom. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you like that. Doom is amazing. Titanfall 2 is amazing. Two amazing first-person shooters this year in a genre that I usually have very little desire to keep going with. This year this has been the year for first-person shooters. You know, despite how I feel about games like Overwatch and Call of Duty and Battlefield and all that stuff, it's been a hell of a year for first-person shooters. Hell of a goddamn year. I mean, it's just been great. And this Titanfall 2 and Doom, in my opinion, are the two best so far. I don't know if that's gonna change. I don't even know if Doom can be replaced for this year, because I'm having doubts that Final Fantasy 15 or The Last Guardian are gonna do it. Maybe Dishonored 2 could be the one, but we'll see. So anyway, yeah, buy Titanfall 2 if you care at all about great single-player campaigns. Yeah, I love it. This has replaced Dragon Quest Builders as the biggest fucking surprise of the year. Like, it is. I still can't believe how good this is. I cannot believe it. I'm in utter shock by how good this game is, how great it is, how satisfying and thrilling and emotionally investing this story is, this campaign is. It's wonderful. I love it. I fucking love it. And I think you guys will too. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you like what you see, subscribe. Let me know what you think about Titanfall 2 if you've played it yet. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one, guys. Take care.
Let's put a high price on your head, pilot. Dead or alive, that makes you worth something to me. Let us begin.
First core ready. First core activated.
All units fire at will. This pilot must learn his place. Your mistakes will be your undoing. Impressive. Perfect.
Excessive damage. Warning. Warning.
Your errors will be your undoing, pilot.
Warning. Our reactor is unstable. Replacement battery required.
I cannot feel your fear, but I know you are afraid.
Excessive damage. Warning.
You may surrender at any time. However, I will still have to kill you.
Warning. Detecting hull damage.
Very disappointing. I expected so much more of you. Interesting moves, pilot. They are quite unoriginal.